Welcome to this week's episode of Sailing Talia. After casting the line from a winter marina last week, the adventure is now well and truly underway.
This week we set off from our first anchorage in Sicily towards the famous birthplace of Archimedes, Syracuse. From there we'll take off towards the unprotected end of southern mainland Italy.
Good morning everyone! So it is day 2 here in Portopalo. I think we have enough of it, so we're gonna keep moving. No, honestly it's a nice bay. It's very big, very protected, but we have to continue sailing. So today we are going to
Syracuse.
Yay!
We've been there a couple of times already now, as you might have seen, to check out the bay before arriving. So we've got no excuses, right? We have to do this right.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Fingers crossed. No, we're about to ship out now. We've got about 14 knots that would be on the nose if we go directly north. But what we're going to do is go out further to the east, try and get on a close haul.
Right.
And then tack our way into Syracuse. And by the time that we start to get closer this afternoon, what we're going to find is the wind's going to change anyway, or it's predicted to change into our favor, so we should be able to ride it on in. You ready?
Oh, I am. Let's go.
Let's do it. Look who's in charge. How does it feel to be at the helm while I'm lifting the anchor?
Well, that was easy, this one.
That's good. It means the anchor alarm's working. We're in gusts of 19 knots, kind of beating into the wind, which isn't too much fun. Wind's 40 degrees off our starboard side. Just playing a bit of rodeo here.
Good afternoon everyone. So as you can see by looking at my face, I just woke up. I fell asleep for an hour actually because I had a terrible night last night. I was sick and so I didn't sleep a lot, so I totally fell asleep this afternoon, and Luke was behind the helm all the time, so I'm really happy he's here. Anyway, we are approaching Syracuse right now. We are about to enter into the Bay of Syracuse, and what's quite nice is that we can see the shape of Mount Etna from here. Anyway, we are ready now to enter Syracuse and drop the anchor. But before, I think we have some administration to do with the Coast Guard.
Traveling during these times of COVID around the Mediterranean is complicated enough as it is between different countries, but Italy is a case on its own. It's really quite incredible. So not only each region, but each municipality has the right to have its own rules. And you're not supposed to be traveling unless it's essential between different municipalities right now. And as our contract at the Marina di Ragusa had come to an end, we, just like many, have to start moving. But here in Syracuse, they're particularly strict, and you need to have clearance from a doctor before you enter into the harbour after he reviews your health declaration form. So there you've got to write down things like who's on board, what their temperature is, and how long they've been on board, where you've come from, etc., etc. Remember, this is just between municipality and municipality. But here in Syracuse, like I said, particularly strict. So I had sent the forms through via email, and they've got back to me saying, you haven't filled out the form correctly, you need to nominate whether the people on board are crew or passengers. It's just bureaucracy gone mad, but what can you do about it? So we dot the I's and cross the T's now, and when we turn around, we'll say a big sayonara.
You call Syracuse Harbour Master tomorrow, and by the day you go to the dock, okay?
Okay, that's perfect. Many thanks. Talia out. They said anchor in the middle of the harbour today, and if we want, we can come onto the dock tomorrow if we call the harbour master to confirm. We were pleasantly surprised to get a call back from the harbour master inviting us to go directly to the town quay. Clearly he's a fan of sailing Talia.
So we set up our stern lines and prepared ourselves for our very first real Med mooring.
That's right, in the West and Central Med we'd been spoilt so far. Every marina we'd stayed at had laid lines to secure the bow. As we head east, it's about time we put into practice all of the study that we'd done on Med mooring with the anchor. With only 2 boats on the town quay and plenty of space to choose from, we took our time to suss out our options and calculate the ideal distance to drop anchor. Again, we had a perfect scenario to test out the new headsets from Sena. We've had a lot of questions about these since the last episode, so we'll leave a link to the Sena website in the description below. The model we use is called Expand Boom. Stop there. Yep. I think that I'll need you to release a bit more chain in a moment, but not just yet. Can you release a little bit more anchor, maybe like 2 meters? Thank you. Just stand by there. Stop. You won't make it. I'll make it. Good morning everyone from sunny Syracuse. So yesterday evening we came in here for the first time, med mooring with the anchor as the bow line, and we managed to pull that off surprisingly successfully. Let's see if we manage to get out of here with equal success. Now today, unfortunately, Law has pulled the short straw, and that means that she's doing the editing for this week's episode. So I'm going to head out to the chandlery and see if I can find some shock absorbers for our stern lines and also for our bridle, so maybe some shock absorbers that we can use for both. And then I'm heading to the market, buying some fresh fruit and veg, and to our favourite little sandwich shop that we discovered here when we came by car a month or so ago to pick up some lunch. So I'll be taking you guys with me. So it's 11 AM on a Wednesday morning and the chandlery is shut. Welcome to Italy. That's a real shame. Oh well, no business from us today. Archimedes was a Greek mathematician, physicist, engineer, inventor and astronomer born in the Greek colony of Syracuse around 287 BC. This hungry-looking statue of the city's most celebrated occupant got me thinking about lunch again. So I headed back to the boat to see if Law fancied a walk to our favourite sandwich place. Is it good? Yum.
Oh, I need them. Good morning, people! As you can see, I am very excited, but also very tired, because it's 5:30 in the morning and we woke up half an hour ago. We are ready to go, actually, from Syracuse to Stropolo. I think it's Stropolo Beach. I'm not sure of the name of the destination yet, sorry. But anyway, the daylight has started and today we are officially leaving Sicily to Calabria on mainland Italy. How's the view while brushing your teeth?
How's the view of me brushing my teeth?
Yes.
If you get a kick out of our weekly videos, why not become a patron? We love making these videos for you guys each week, but we can only continue doing so with a bit of help. Check out the description below to find out more about what it means to join Team Talia via Patreon.
So we left early this morning because we opted for a slightly shorter route with an overnight stop in an anchorage just off one of the beaches in the south on the toe of Italy. The reason for that, neither Law nor I have been sleeping particularly well the last few days, so rather than do an overnighter we thought we'd do a 13-hour sail. So struggling to get a bit of speed. We're punching into the wind. Not that there's much, there's only 11 knots at the moment, but it is predicted to get a bit heavier. So yeah, we just want to get there sooner rather than later and be able to rest. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, and from there on out, hopefully it should be a little bit, well, no, I'm not going to say easier because that's tempting fate too much, but this should be one of the longer passages for the summer, so let's do this and then hope that the wind changes a little bit so we can have a little bit of a sail instead of motoring the whole time. The tanks are topped up, 13 hours, 2,200 revs, it's okay. So I had a feeling that the conditions wouldn't be ideal to cross today. We're now punching into... We're now punching into almost 2-meter swell. Crossing the Messina straits was never going to be an easy task. But I'm looking forward to getting to the other side. How do you feel there?
I feel good and cold.
It's pretty chilly, right?
Yeah, but I'm fine. I have 4 layers at the top and 2 layers at the bottom. And I'm on watch and I'm still good. Well, I just started 12 minutes ago, so let's see how it goes in an hour.
So it's been a pretty interesting morning. We've been punching some pretty gnarly waves in the face with our mantis anchor for most of the morning. It seems to be calming down a little bit now as we get to sort of the middle between Syracuse and this beach that we're planning to anchor in mainland Italy. But we're pretty much right in the center of the Messina Straits here now, but at the real wide sort of end of it. So there's not really much to see around here. There's one of those waves. Yeah, there's not a lot to see around here. We can't see land yet up front, and we can't see where we've come from because we're too far away now. But what we can see is Mount Etna overshadowing this entire landscape over to my left-hand side, the port side of the boat. Pretty impressive. Like many sailors before us, we stared in wonder at the majesty of Mount Etna, Sicily's fiery crown. With not another boat on the water, it was a humbling experience. While living in Sicily for the last 6 months, we learnt that Mount Etna has existed for over 500,000 years. I reckon that's pretty incredible. This fire-breathing mountain has bore witness to the rise and fall of civilizations, empires, religions, and has even been a reference point for travellers since time immemorial. Etna reminds us that we're just a tiny speck on her timeline, and motivates us to take advantage of the time that we've got to keep discovering more of this incredible blue marble that we call home. How was your watch?
All good. We were motoring and then we unfolded the Genoa and we got more speed with the Genoa out. We turned down the engine a bit from 2,500 revs to 2,000 revs. Sorry. And still doing 6 knots of speed with something like between 10 and 11 knots of wind.
Yep,
So,
pretty good.
Yeah.
As we got closer to the mainland, the sea state calmed and the wind turned onto our beam, making sailing a little more effective than before. We watched in hope as the sun tried its best to cut through the clouds. So we've made it across from Sicily to mainland Italy. Well, we haven't actually stepped on land yet. We're in a very exposed and rolly anchorage here at the toe of Italy. And I think tonight is just going to be about eating, then sleeping. We're going to leave first thing in the morning, check ourselves into one of the few marinas on the southern end of Italy tomorrow so we can get couple of nights rest while a big storm passes over, and then continue making our way east towards Greece, where hopefully we can find a little bit more protection. That's the thing about southern Italy. There's very, very little good anchorages. So everywhere you go, it's exposed like this. Fortunately, it's only blowing 10 knots, but it's completely open, so we're rolling around a bit today.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's been a pretty epic sail.
Yeah, it was a long sail, like 13 hours.
Yeah, 13 hours, but starting with so much wind on the nose and then having very calm to very little wind at all. It was like glass for a period of time.
Yeah. And very little sleep from last night, so...
Can you tell? Surely you can't tell.
Anyway, we're gonna relax tonight, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
Right?
Yeah.
Shower time. We have
Shower
a bit
time.
of water, hot water, so
Exactly.
let's enjoy it.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new here. If you really loved this episode, why not even share it with your friends? Join us next week as we continue our journey along the coast of Italy towards Greece.
Cheers, legends.